This is a grammar point which you have to practice. When I'm talking, if you have any doubts, please raise your hands. Otherwise, I'm going to be talking, right? There are nouns. Noun in Tamil is a pair chotkal. Okay, nouns. These are called nouns. And in the nouns, in English, there are countable nouns and uncountable nouns. So countable means நீங்க எண்ணலாம் அது. Okay, 1 2 3 4 எண்ணலாம். Uncountable means உங்களால எண்ண முடியாது. Okay, say for example, in Tamil, மண், ஒரு மண், 2 மண், 3 மண், 4 மண்கள், 124 மண்கள் என்று சொல்றது இல்லை. மண், நிறைய மண், மண்கள் என்று சொல்றது இல்லை. That's the difference. Countable and uncountable. So மண் is for example, uncountable. அது எண்ணிக்கொண்டிருக்கிறது. Right. And there are countable nouns. Say for example, நாய்க்குட்டி, நாய்க்குட்டிகள். So there are countable nouns and uncountable nouns. In this slide, what you're seeing is a list of examples. Number 1, I have a few apples in my bag. So a few apples. So with countable nouns, you can say a few or a சில. I have a few apples in my bag means என்னுடைய பையில் ஒரு சில ஆப்பிள்கள் உள்ளன. I have a few apples in my bag. There are many students in the classroom. Many, நிறைய. She has a lot of friends. Connected. She has a lot of friends. He doesn't have any pets. எதுவுமே. He doesn't have any pets. எந்த செல்லப்பிராணியும் கிடையாது. How many books do you have? How many books? This is எத்தனை புத்தகங்கள். How many books? Can I have a few more minutes? Again, ஒரு சில. இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் நிமிடங்கள். இன்னும் சில நிமிடங்கள். Can I have a few more minutes? There are too many cars on the road. அளவுக்கு அதிகமான. Too many. I need a couple of eggs for this recipe. A couple of means 2. I need 2 eggs. You can say that I need a couple of eggs for this recipe. We saw several interesting shops. Several. Pala. Several. Pala. We saw several interesting shops. There aren't many people at the beach today. There aren't many people. Okay. A person is one, singular. People is plural. Right. So these are countable nouns. Now we will look into uncountable nouns. I need some milk for my coffee. There isn't much time left. We have a lot of work to do. She doesn't have any money. How much sugar do you? Yes.
Several and many.
Yeah.
Same meaning.
No, there's a slight difference. You can say when you say several, you can say pala. But when you say many, it's நிறைய. There's a slight difference. When you say pala, you can count it, always count it. But when you say many, you don't necessarily count it all the times. நாங்கள் நிறைய என்று சொல்லும்போது சில விஷயங்களை நிறையன்னு சொல்லுவோம், ஆனால் சில விஷயங்களை பலன்னு சொல்லுவோம். பல நிறையன்னு சொல்றதுக்குள்ள வித்தியாசம். It's a very slight difference. It's only a tiny difference. But when you speak and practice, you will understand the difference. I'm sorry I'm unable to explain it 100% to you, but there's a slight difference. Several and then many. Many is larger than several. Say, just for example. Just to explain, I can say it that way. Many is large. Several is some. Something like that. Okay. Right. So she doesn't have any money. How much sugar do you want in your tea? Can I have some more water, please? There is too much noise in this room. I need a little help with this project. We had a great deal of fun at the party. There isn't much traffic today. In here, if you look at these sentences, there are uncountable nouns. Milk You don't say milks. Okay. You have to say milk, konjam milk, kanaka milk, right? So you have to say some milk, much milk, right? You don't say many milk. You don't say several milk, right? Several and many, that's for countable nouns. When you say some, it's uncountable. And you say some milk, and if you want to say it's not some, it's more than that, you say much milk. Then much time, you don't say one time, two times, or 2 minutes times. You can say one time, two time, but that's a different perspective, that's a different meaning. Okay, time, some amount of time, much time. Okay, some amount of time means some, much time. There isn't much time left. I mean, in Kananera Michamille. Okay. We have a lot of work to do. A lot of work. You don't say works. Okay, usually you don't say work. I have a little work to do. I have a little bit of work to do. I have a lot of work to do. She doesn't have any money. Usually you don't say monies. Okay, some money, no money. I have some money. I don't have any money. Okay, she has some money. She has much money. She doesn't have any money. How much sugar? Again, sugar. You don't say sugars. Okay, a little bit of sugar, some sugar, much sugar. How much sugar? Can I have some more water, please? Some water, much water. Okay. Little bit of water. So waters, it is already done, right? There are instances where you can use plural, but not in this context. கொஞ்ச தண்ணி கணக்கு தண்ணீர்கள்னு சொல்றேன். If you want to get some water, and if you want to have, let's say, half a glass of water, அரை கிளாஸ் தண்ணி வேணும்னா கொஞ்சம் தண்ணி தாங்கன்னு கேட்போம். கூட முக்காவாசி கிளாஸுக்கு வேணும்னா தண்ணிகள் தாங்கன்னு கேட்கறது இல்லை. You only ask, okay, can I have some more? Right? That's all. Can I have some more water, please? Too much noise. Noise is satam. Okay, noise. Too much noise. A little help. Help is udavi. Helps in the cake. In a kunjam udavi, you want some more help. Some more help. A little bit help. Right? A little help. A great deal of fun. Fun. There is no. You don't call it in plural. Say fun. Some fun. A lot of fun. A great deal of fun means very large amount of fun at the party. We had a great deal of fun at the party. There isn't much traffic today. Traffic is what do you call it? A lot of vehicles on the road. That's traffic, and you call it some traffic, much traffic, more traffic. But you don't say several traffic, many traffic. Okay, there's a difference, but it comes with practices. Why I am giving you this is I want you to go through this and practice. The link for these slides are there in the WhatsApp group. So I want you to go through this and practice this. Right. Now, if you see a few examples, there are a few apples left in the basket. Yeah, a few apples. I ate too many cookies and now I feel sick. I ate too many cookies. We need a couple of eggs. A couple of eggs. Can I have a few more fries, please? A few more fries. There are many different types of restaurants. Many different types. Right. Then uncountable nouns. I don't want any sugar. This is uncountable. Could you pass me some salt? This is uncountable. So you don't say salts. You don't say sugars. You don't say milks. You don't say rices. You don't say waters. Okay, so these are uncountable nouns. So they remain the same. Right. Now, I want you to practice, but I'm not going to give you the time to practice today. I'll give the time to practice tomorrow. You can practice in class. But check this at home. You go through it, read it, and come back. So in tomorrow's class, we will practice this. Today, I want to get into some other subject. I want to start a subject and stop. Before that, let's have another thing for discussion, right? Here you are seeing another set of customer and waiter example, right? You can go through this as well. I'll read it now, but I'm not going to ask you to practice today. You have to practice this tomorrow. I'll ask everybody to read tomorrow. Okay. Today I'll read this. If you have any doubts, raise your hands. Otherwise, please listen carefully. Customer, excuse me, could we have a table for two, please? And the waiter says, certainly, right this way. Then the customer asks, what do you recommend for a starter? The waiter says, I would recommend the calamari. It's very popular. Then I'm allergic to nuts. Is there anything on the menu that's not free? Yes, the chicken salad is not free. Could you please tell me what the soup of the day is? Of course. How do you like? Sorry, today's soup is tomato basil. Basil or basil. Today's soup is tomato basil. Then I'll have the steak medium rare, please. Of course. How do you like your steak cooked? And the girl will answer in the email. The waiter is asking the question, and the customer's answer is not there. Sorry about it. Question number 6. Could I have a glass of water with no ice, please? Absolutely. I'll bring it right away. Right away means udane, quickly, just now, right now. Right away, right now. I'm sorry. Right. Is it possible to get the dressing on the side? No problem. I'll let the kitchen know. We are ready to order now. What would you like to order? Could you please bring me another fork? Certainly. Here you go. We're finished. Could we have the bill, please? Of course. I'll bring it right over. Again, right over means udane kondu vara. Inda kondu vara solra. So why am I giving you this again about the customer and waiter at a restaurant? Because if you go to a restaurant, you need to know how they proceed. It might not be in our local tradition to have a starter, a main course, a dessert, right? It might not be in our tradition to have menu and then look at order and then ask for the bill and everything, right? But this is usual in a restaurant. That's why I'm giving this to you. If you happen to go with somebody to a restaurant where they treat you well with these kind of questions and a menu card, you need to know how to order. So far, do you understand everything I say? If you all understand what I'm saying, put a thumbs up, please. If you don't understand, please raise your hands. Only one person. Others are not into it, others are not listening, or you can't understand, or what happened? Anybody? Okay. I'll take it as everybody understands. Okay. If somebody doesn't understand, please raise your hand. Right. Now this is also again for practice tomorrow. So you have to read it at home. You have to read it at home if you can, you practice. You can copy this and paste it onto some AI tool online and you can get the pronunciation. You have to practice. Otherwise, the pronunciation will not come from my mouth to your mouth. Pronunciation can only come from your mouth. So you have to practice, right? This one, do you remember a table like this from before? We had a table like this in another class. Do you remember? Anybody remembers this kind of table before? Have you seen this before? Something like this. This is a little bit different. Where did you see the table before?
First person, second person, third person. First person is singular, simple past tense. Um, Second person,
Yes, I understand it. But where did you see this before? We studied like this, similar to this in another class. Do you remember?
I think 9 or 10th class.
Yeah. Do you remember anything? Okay, thanks.
I think simple present tense you study.
Yes.
I think simple present tense
Simple
പഠിക്കും.
present tense. Yes. So we studied, we had a similar table. We had a lot of different items, auxiliary verbs. Okay. And is, are, something like that. You all remember that. But this is simple past. Now this is simple past. We studied present continuous, right? Present continuous, and everything goes ing. Like I am going, you are coming, she is eating, something like that.